No derbies this week at Sha Tin, but 10 good races still await us with an earlier start of 12:45. There's a Japanese simulcast race throughout the afternoon. Welcome to Racing to Win. We're going to preview the 10 local races for you now over the next 60 or so minutes. Paul, Ellie and Tom Wood joins us. And Tom, that last race is chock full of talent.
Certainly is, Mark. Class 2 over the 1,200 metres. Horses like California Rad going around it. Duke Y, Lucky Patch coming out of the 4-year-old series. Didn't go to the Derby, but was in the first 2 legs. Pinghai Bravo, the big horse who's been a revelation down the straight, has actually put on 23 pounds since his last start outing. And further down, you've got a horse like Wind and Grass, who's won his last 2 around Happy Valley. Doesn't have much of a Sha Tin record, but Zach Purton sticks with the John-sized train galloper.
He does indeed. Paul Ellie also joins us. Paul, there's a jackpot and quite a number of first starters too.
Yeah, some really good first starters. We'll get to those a bit later on. There's a $2.1 million jackpot going into the triple trio, so that should get up to about $6 million. We're expecting for a single winning $10 bet. So that's a pretty good jackpot to start with. As you mentioned, with these first starters, a couple of they've trialled really well leading into this. So looking forward to that, and some form in other jurisdictions as well.
We'll have a look at some of those trials coming up for you very shortly as well. But right now, let's check out the meeting. It's on the A+3 course with the first 12:45 local. And all 10 races will be on the turf. The first, a Class 5 over the 1,400 metres. We've got Weifeng Star on the class drop with the hood and the tongue tie coming off. Happy Jai Jai has the blinkers off and the cheek pieces going on. Soccer Master gets his best draw all season, gate number 3. He was a winner from that barrier late last season. Tiger Glare goes up an extra 200 metres following his career best performance so far in Hong Kong. Great Harvest placed behind City Legend, a track and distance last time. Alloy Stars back to the 1,400 metres. Zach rides, and from barrier number 1, one step ahead with their extra furlong and draws the gate. Full Bloom held up last time, and Blazing Partners, his win was track and distance off a rating of 38. He's currently rated at 23. Just the one horse, Tom, has been up to Chung Fa. That is number 2, Happy Jai Jai.
Having a look at the speed here for this first race, good to slow the prediction. Happy Jai Jai. Now, he led last time out over 1,400 metres in Class 5 at Sha Tin, and they've beaten 3 3/4 on that occasion. Universal record might be a bit of a question mark where he ends up because he's got a bit of a mixed profile. Blazing Partners should be able to get a nice run through from 5. Tricky draws for Tiger Glare, the Full Bloom. Weifeng Star, who's got the Apprentice Claim, and a horse like One Step Ahead will no doubt to get back.
Here is Weifeng Star. Now he's down into Class 5 for the first time. Tongue tie hood comes off him. He's still got the shadow row on, as you can see. Look, his gallops, he's always a horse that has worked well in the mornings. He's had plenty of problems, though, this one, so we'll see how he goes in Class 5. Soccer Master, he comes in fresh, this horse. Did win a couple in a row last season in this grade, over the distance as well. So, look, he's going well. You can see he's fit, ready to go. He's not carrying too much excess condition at all there. Tony Picone from barrier number 3. And Blazing Partners, he's been very consistent. A horse who's been working well most of the season. He's getting right down on the ratings, though. He's down to a rating of 23. But from barrier 5, I think he will get his opportunity.
Plenty of these have clashed recently and will do so again this week, so we can have a look at a number of them in these replays. And we'll start, Tom, with a universal record, Blazing Partners, Win 33 and Great Harvest. Not highlighted as the grey, the Full Bloom, and he gets held up for a long way down the lane.
He certainly does. He's had a couple of unlucky runs and now the Full Bloom, but Great Harvest, he's been there or thereabouts. He was a winner via dead heat going back 3 runs ago. And this was a decent effort, of course, behind City Legend, who goes around later on. Nothing wrong with Blazing Partners. Keep an eye on the Full Bloom there. You can see him held up, and then Matthew Poon was able to get him off heels there. Runs home a little bit over the final stages, and also Win 33 wasn't the clearest of runs for him either, Paul.
Yeah, so I actually really like the 2nd, 3rd and 4th horses in this race, and I think City Legend's a chance later on. So I'm going to go. I've got all 3 of them in.
Chamarira picks up the ride on Win 33 this week. Tiger Glare, his best performance here, Paul. Again, we see the Full Bloom. One Step Ahead and Alloy Star have both drawn good gates.
Yeah, now One Step Ahead does get back, though. So, look, it was a really good run from him. He's definitely on the improved One Step Ahead. Barrier 2, as you mentioned. And Alloy Star's the other one that ran on nicely enough down the outside. But of these, I would be taking One Step Ahead out.
I've got One Step Ahead, and I've actually got him on top in this race. He was held up. He finally got clear at the 175, and you can see him to the inside there of the Full Bloom. He really starts to lengthen nicely over the final stage. I thought up to 1,400 metres he'd be a big player in this race.
Chad Schofield takes the ride for Paul O'Sullivan. And Tom, back to the trials we go with a couple here. Fire and Gold's down the track in 7th, and Happy Jai Jai's just had the 1 start in Class 5.
He's hard to catch. Fire and Gold, just 1 win from his 27 starts, and looked a little laboured in this barrier trial here in the red blinkers, but nothing wrong with a trial of Happy Jai. Blinkers off, cheek pieces go on. He had a soft enough lead last time out, but he couldn't go on, and he's been asked for a little bit here over the final stage. Didn't quite get him in though, Paul.
Yeah, barrier 11. I haven't got either one of these two in, so happy to watch both of them.
Alrighty, Paul. Well, if you haven't got those two in, which of the other 12 have you?
I'm going to go with Great Harvest. I thought it was a nice run from him, and he is a winner this season already, albeit at Happy Valley. He's got a good finish on him. Win 33, didn't get the clearest to run last time. Got him in there for second. Blazing Partners from a low draw. And one outside the square there is Soccer Master. He's currently 35 to 1. He did win a couple in a row last season. From barrier 3, I can see him being quite prominent in this race. 8, 4, 12 and 3.
Gone with one of the lower rated horses here. It's one step ahead. Now, he's tried course and distance on 4 occasions. He's placed on one of them, but just thought he finished off quite nicely last time out. Wasn't overly sold by his recent barrier trial, however, but that just might be him. So one step ahead on top. Win 33 I've got in. I've got number 11, the Full Bloom. He's been unlucky his last couple. He's one off mark, certainly higher than this. And number 8, Great Harvest. So 10, 4, 11 and 8 for the opener.